Sermon 9. Commentary. Sermon 9 was delivered by Imam Ali alayhi salam immediately after the Battle of the Camel, while he stood over the battlefield at Basra. The people of Jamal refer to the army of Talha, Az-Zubair and Aisha, who had marched from Mecca with 3,000 to 13,000 fighters, loudly proclaiming vengeance for Uthman and threatening to overthrow Ali's caliphate. Shia sources unanimously record that their camp was filled with war cries, boastful speeches, and the rattling of weapons, thunder, lightning. When Ali alayhi salam's smaller force, approximately 900 in number at the start, charged, the rebels collapsed almost instantly. Talha was killed early, Az-Zubair fled and was later assassinated, and Aisha's camel, the battle's namesake, was hamstrung, ending the fight in less than a day. Sheikh Mufid in Kitab al-Irshad, Allama Majlisi in Bihar al-Anwar, and Al-Kulaini in Al-Kafi cite this sermon as Ali's public exposure of their hypocrisy. They possessed the outward trappings of power, yet lacked the inner resolve of true believers. Theological significance in Shia doctrine of this sermon. Imamate and spiritual courage. The contrast between they and we is not merely military, it is ontological. Shia theology holds that the Imam and his true followers possess himma, i.e. spiritual resolve, and yaqeen, i.e. certainty, granted by divine wilaya. The rebels, despite their numbers and rhetoric, lack this inner light, hence their instantaneous cowardice when confronted with the Hujjat of Allah. Tabatabai in Al-Mizan explains, the thunder and lightning of the enemies of the Ahlul Bayt are empty. The reign of the Imams is mercy mixed with justice. The metaphor directly echoes Quranic descriptions of munafiqatun. They are like clouds without water, like a mirage in a desert, as mentioned in the Quran 24:39. Majlisi quotes Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam, who states, the people of Jamal had the appearance of believers, but the hearts of disbelievers. When the sword of Ali approached, their falsehood melted like salt in water. Ali's phrase, we do not thunder until we pounce, reflects the Shia belief that the Imam's actions is neither premature, it is synchronized with divine timing. The swift victory, fewer than 2,000 total casualties despite the rebels' numerical superiority, is cited as proof of Nasru ilallahi, divine assistance promised in the Quran. Imam Ali's rhetorical mastery reaches its zenith in this sermon. Thunder, loud threats plus lightning, flashing weapons equals empty spectacle. Rain equates to actual power and consequences. The reversal is devastating. The rebels produce only noise and light. Ali's army, however, produces the real downpour, blood and defeat. Al-Radi calls this the most concise yet crushing condemnation in Arabic literature. They thunder, they flash, they displayed cowardice. We do not thunder, nor do we let words flow. This mirrors the battlefield's reversal and is memorized in Shia seminaries as a model of Husn al-Tibyan. Clouds without rain, rain as divine mercy, justice. Tabatabai notes that Ali deliberately inverts the Quran's imagery. The rebels are the barren clouds, while the Imam's sword brings the fertilizing rain of truth. Sheikh al-Mufid, in his scholarly interpretation, states, This sermon is the death certificate of the first fitna. Ali exposed that military might without walaya is mere noise. Allama Majlisli quotes Imam al-Baqir al-Islam when he states, "When my grandfather said, 'We have reigned,' he meant both the swords that fell upon them and the tears of the believers who were martyred. Both are rain from Allah." Allama Tabatabai states, "The thunder lightning metaphor teaches that true power is not in propaganda, but in ontological reality. The Imam's silence before battle is the silence of the storm's eye. When he speaks with the sword, the heavens open." Ayatollah Mutahari states that Imam Ali uses this sermon to explain why revolutions led by the Ahlul Bayt succeed against impossible odds. Ayatollah Mutahari states, "They do not waste breath in empty slogans. Their every word is followed by action, and their action is followed by victory." Ayatollah Sistani and Ayatollah Khamenei frequently cite this phrase, "We do not thunder until we pounce," when discussing the strategic patience, sabr, of the Islamic resistance movements, contrasting media bravado and with disciplined action. The sermon distinguishes between wajd, emotional excitement, and yaqeen, certitude. Modern Shia psychologists use it to explain why outwardly religious displays can mask inner cowardice. It remains the classic Shia critique of thunder and lightning, regime's loud propaganda, weak substance, quoted in sermons during the Iranian Revolution and Hezbollah's 2006 victory. The sermon is recited on the anniversary of the Battle of the Camel in Qom and Najaf majlises, often followed by the line, "Where is the thunder of Jamal now? It has become the silence of the grave." In conclusion, Sermon 9 is not merely a victory speech. It is a Shia's manifesto on the metaphysics of courage. The rebels had every worldly advantage, numbers, wealth, propaganda, yet crumbled because they lacked the inner reality of walaya. Imam Ali's army, small and silent, carried the storm within. When they finally reigned, it was both the rain of swords and the rain of divine mercy that washed away the first great fitna. For 14 centuries, Shia scholars have taught that true power is measured not by how loudly one thunders, but by whether one can actually make it rain.